Libra, oh, you precious, most necessary, oftentimes unappreciated tool. No, not a tool in the sense of like, oh, you're a tool, but in the sense of like a scalpel that's able to cut out a cancerous cell to save the life of somebody. Yes, that scalpel is painful and it's scary to the observer and to the recipient of it, but it is helping them ultimately. And they don't got no love for the scalpel. You in a nutshell. Damn, that just came to me off the dome. The Libra is the only sign where it is just a scale in the zodiac. It's not an animal, it's not a human, it's not an angel. I'm here to tell you it is an angel. Okay, it's not an animal. It doesn't have horse feet as a Sagittarius. It's not a reptile or a bird or a animal. It is an instrument. So you can be accused of not having feelings and emotions and being fake, and that's true. So hopefully you have other aspects in your sign that's going to give you that element. If not, you'll have lots of people come into your life that will try to give you that element. You come into people's lives to balance it out. So you come to lots of people who are unhealthy and in a bad situation, and you come to them to kind of show that to them and to level out those scales. So you're always trying to seek harmony and balance, which is why you are a great fashion designer, interior decorator, designer, artist, crafts, hobby maker, relationship therapist, but without actually going through it, but you give good advice on it. Mental sharpness and a good sense for the aesthetic. Your sign is air, so you live in the world of thought and communication and relationships. You are a cardinal sign, so you initiate ways of doing that, of creating places for people to come to an equal place of like justice. Your Lady Justice with the scales in one hand, your Archangel Michael with the scales in one hand and the sword in the other. The sword is a symbol of air, of the mental sharpness that cuts away the BS and is able to balance the emotional drama with mental sharpness and what's right and what's wrong. You make a good judge, you make a good lawyer, you make a good cop. You resort to perhaps lawsuits easily. Your ruler is Venus. Venus, love, harmony, beauty, the sensual world. You'll like music more than others. You'll like talking, not as much as a Gemini or an Aquarius, but you could talk for a while, but you could also balance out listening and talking because it's still in the world of air. Being haunted mentally, being a good channeler, or just being pretty. Most of the supermodels are Libras. Balanced features, pretty faces. It could be a little bit ditzy and airheadedness because air is your thing. And a little bit too caught up in the sensual world, or being too caught up in the mental world to not appreciate the sensual world as much, having blocks there. And we reached the 5-minute mark, which is what I promised I would keep this to. Because I have little sisters who tell me that you can't post videos that are too long. So I'm going to leave it there. If you want more advanced reading, please do book a reading. If you'd like to receive more power in your nature and get a Libra shirt, I think they're one of my favorites. The Libra shirt is probably my favorite design because I tapped into my Libra energy where I have a stellium, 4 planets, powerful ones. Saturn, 15 degrees. Saturn is exalted in Libra because Saturn likes to be the judge, and Libra gives him that venue. A great politician you make because you're being able to be fair and balanced, but also having a hard time to make a decision because you're trying to please everything, and sometimes you just got to drop that sword down.